pieces of a broken heart, guess I was chosen. Stitch it back together, better late than never, steady motion. Can't control my fate, but I control all these emotions. I'm not broken. I'm not broken.
Hello and welcome back, I'm Sean, and after checking out the Edifier ES20 previously, today we got the opportunity to try out its bigger brother, the Edifier ES60. So let's find out whether this larger speaker will perform. Let's check it out. So starting with what I like about this speaker is the sound quality you get with this speaker. It's unlike the smaller brother, the ES20, and although the size of it isn't too large, you're getting a really large sound from it. Very impressive, and we'll talk a little bit about sound signature later on. This is also marketed as a 360 speaker designed with pretty good specs, and you get dedicated speakers for the front as well as the back, from tweeters to full range drivers, as well as a passive radiator. So I also like the design and build of this speaker. It has a nice retro design, very fitting to sit on your desk as your main speaker, and the build quality is also top-notch with great materials and design. I like the ambient light that you get at the bottom here, giving you a nice soft bounce lighting that is not too jarring or bright or too annoying to use at night, and there also isn't any weird RGB colors with this that honestly wouldn't fit the design of this speaker as well. So if you like loudspeaker, this speaker also comes with great volume, and you can easily cover a large living room space, or if I dare say, even a small size multi-purpose hall. Battery performance is also great with this speaker, coming in at 9 hours per charge at around 50% volume with no LED. And other great features include multi-point and the ability to connect this speaker to another ES60 for a stereo output. So what do I think can be better with this speaker? It's not necessary, but I wish this speaker comes with better chipset. The Bluetooth 5.4 here is good, but it only comes with SBC codec, which I understand is to keep costs down, but with such a great sounding signature, a better codec will make it sound even better. So the app here also doesn't allow you to customize your EQs manually, and the default 4 that comes with the speaker doesn't really make much of a difference and kind of defeat the purpose of having EQ controls. Also, latency on this speaker could really be better, and you will notice a delay when you're trying to play fast-paced games such as PUBG. So it's nice to have a microphone on board. It performs decently, but I feel that the overall mic performance is quite muffled and not as clear as I hope, especially for something I speak directly into. But fortunately, even in noisy environments, your voice still comes through well, since it doesn't sound like it has environmental noise cancellation for the mic, which granted is not a feature on this Edifier speaker. This speaker comes in at a price of 499 Malaysia ringgit, or about $150 US, so do shop around to see if you can find any great deals on it. And if you find value in what you hear and like what you see, do subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so the YouTube algorithm can pick this up. And if you want to buy this speaker, do check out my links below. So let's talk about the sound signature of this speaker. For a relatively small speaker, of course, much larger than the ES20, this speaker sounds fantastic. The dynamism you get with this speaker is really unreal, managing all frequencies really well, and even some really tough sub basses, this speaker handles it well too. So for obvious reasons, do note that this speaker doesn't come with any dedicated woofers. However, it does come with an oval passive radiator somewhere around here at the back of the speaker, and it covers about 2/3 of the rear of the speaker. And not only that, you get two 8-watt tweeters, one here and one right over here, and one larger 18-watt dynamic driver at the front. The bass performance is really good for a small speaker, and when it comes to tricky sub basses like Doing It Right by Daft Punk, the hardest 4 bass sequences, this speaker manages to render 2 out of 4 of the sub basses with a fierce rumble. So the other 2 gets too deep that the speaker doesn't even handle it, but managing just 2 in that song is really impressive. Plus, mid-bass toms is also very good, could be deeper, but this speaker excels more on the sub-range rumble more than the mid-bass hum. So the mid vocals here is very present with a slight forward tuning, so it sounds like it's just slightly ahead of the bass and high, so certain vocals will sound like it's jumping a little ahead. Finally, with the highs, you're getting a well-rendered, sparkly and clear highs. It doesn't muffle and sounds great even at higher volumes without feeling annoying. Plus, with the volume you get with this speaker, you're getting quite an amazing package with a total of 34 watts.
Cut you off, I knew something was wrong. I shouldn't have to call you back, cause now you're mad and you think I dropped the ball. That's a bridge I haven't crossed, not my fault, that's your pissed off. You shouldn't have to treat me like this, How I'm all alone once again. I just wanna talk, and you don't wanna listen, baby, I don't get it all. She don't love me, she love drugs and alcohol. She said that's how I'm involved with everything that happened. Oh no, I don't wanna talk about it. Used to wanna talk to you, but lately I've been doubting.
So this is a test to see if the Edifier ES60 is a good speaker for making phone calls. So this is me speaking in a relatively quiet environment, and this is the call quality that you can expect. So what I'm going to do now is to turn on a simulated background noise so you can hear a difference. So now there's a simulated background noise playing in the background, and this is the call quality that you can expect from this speaker. So what do you think of the call quality? Let me know in the comment section down below. So the design of this speaker is gorgeous as well, following the design language of the ES20, and this essentially is an elongated version of that. And this time I've opted for the black model so you can see how it differs, which looks even better in my opinion. So you're still getting a retro design language here with the speaker. You get a lot of faux leather wrappings all around the speaker. So you get 5 different buttons to control your speaker, as well as some battery indicator at the top with a status LED, and also a microphone that you can use this speaker as a hands-free solution for calls. So at the front here, you're going to get a same grille design with the nice Edifier badge at the corner of the speaker. And this speaker, as mentioned, is also a 360 speaker because you do have speakers, drivers at the front and the back. You also get the same design at the back here. But again, at the back of the speaker is basically a tweeter as well as a passive radiator. So for the best result, you still need to listen it from the front. And at the back of the speaker, you're going to get a nice Edifier branding there, as well as a USB-C port, which is used for charging the speaker and also using it as a digital audio auxiliary port. So back to the front, you're going to see at the bottom here, you're going to get a nice grille design. At the bottom, it's a nice champagne bronze color. A very cool and retro design overall. At the bottom of the speaker is a plastic platform as well as some rubber feet at the side. There's also an LED ring around this, so you can change this into 2 different colors. One is warm yellow and one is white. This LED in this model doesn't have any RGB lighting unlike the ES20, so it's mainly the 2 colors which you can adjust from the app itself. And I think this suits the maturity of this speaker better, so the omission of RGB colored lighting is a good call. With this speaker, you get to a comfortable listening volume at around 25%. With this, you should be able to use it in a personal space with the audio playing directly to you. And going upwards of 50%, you should be able to fill a small bedroom with a good amount of volume. And upwards of 70 to 80%, it gets to a point that you should be able to hear it from downstairs. And anything above that is too loud for me to even test. I'm really curious how this would sound like in a hall situation to see how it actually sounds like. But if you're concerned about volume, no problem with this speaker at all, and you should be able to cover most situations with no problem. The Edifier Connex app is basic and simple, and at the homepage here, you're going to see your new speaker as well as the battery percentage of your speaker, so there is no battery level here. So with the ES60, you get an input source selector between Bluetooth and USB audio, and below that you also get the sound effects option, and inside you get 4 EQs to play around with, and there is no manual EQ to customize it further. Similar to the ES20, cycling through all of them doesn't make a massive difference in terms of sound. Below that you also see your light effects control, and here you get to choose the color and the style of the LEDs, the brightness of it, as well as mentioned earlier. With this you only get to choose between yellow and white light. So below there is also a volume control which is directly connected to the volume controls of the phone, so this feels like a redundant feature, and if you are playing audio you will see media controls here as well. Under the settings you get to choose special options, which is an option called audio channel setup, so you can configure the front and rear tweeter to perform differently. Other than that, there isn't many features, but if you do get a new update, you also get the updates pushed to you. So that's all the features you get with the Edifier Connex app. So latency with this speaker isn't the fastest, so if you watch movies with this, it's no problem, but if you do play games like PUBG with it, you're going to notice a slight lag and delay with it. So if you're using it just casually, no problem, but if you're serious about your game performance, then probably it's not the best. So let's take a look at the latency performance on this speaker. So I really like this speaker and I can't wait to test the larger ES300, but for now with the larger size compared to the ES20, I think you're already getting a lot of value and performance with this speaker. So it sounds great, it's portable, easy to carry around, it's not perfect, but it'll cover you for most of the scenarios that you'll be using a speaker like this for. So if you want to also check out the review of the ES20 that I've reviewed previously, you can click on the video right over here, and if you want to check out my latest video, you click on the video right over here, and I'll see you at those videos.